You can't go out for sports until you get your grades up. Sound familiar? I'm sure we all have, or know people who have heard this from their parents. However, did parents who say this ever think that going out for sports can improve their child's grades? I have played multiple sports each year that I've been in high school, and I found it interesting how participating in sports has positively affected not only my studies, but also those of other student athletes. Participating in sports helps students improve their grades and gives them reason to stay in high school. Many people believe that sports are frivolous and take away from what high school students should be focusing on, their grades and future success. I will show how this is not the case, and that sports can actually improve students' grades and keep them in school. Let's begin by looking at a few facts connecting sports participation with academic improvement and future success. It has often been thought that sports take away from students' studies. Sports just take too much time and energy for students to be participating in and keep good grades in school. However, this is not the case. Sports are not the evil that is flunking kids out of high school. There are many other problems that cause students to struggle. Students who have an unbalanced schedule tend not to do as well in school. When their only responsibilities are their academic studies, it is easy for them to neglect even those. They tend to put those off and spend time on useless things because they think they have so much time, which results in late or uncompleted assignments. This happens because many students don't know what time management, self-discipline, or responsibility are. According to Eccles and co-author Barber, psychologist at the University of Arizona, high school jocks of both genders tend to have better grades than teens who do not participate in any organized activities. With over 1 million students not graduating from high school, there are bound to be consequences for our nation. High school dropouts are faced with a lifetime of reduced earnings. Alliance for Excellent Education also states that high school dropouts' lifetime earnings are on average $260,000 less than high school graduates. Local communities, states, and the American economy will all suffer from the problem of dropouts. Due to the decreased income of dropouts, other citizens, through increased taxes, must pick up the slack, as stated by Alliance for Excellent Education. For example, since high school dropouts have such low income, if they were to need an expensive medical procedure, American taxpayers would end up paying for it because the dropout, with their lower earning capacity, does not have the money to do so. It is clear that students need to stay in school and graduate. Let's look at a very possible way to keep students in school. Although there is no solution that will help everyone, I believe that once students taste success in one area, it'll transfer over to other areas. If they begin by tasting academic success by participating in a sport, they will find it more satisfying to taste academic success in school as well. That, in turn, will encourage them to stay in school. Sports are everywhere. Whether a school team, community organization, or even a club, there are countless opportunities for anyone to participate. Sports are just what America needs to increase its high school graduation rates. There are numerous lessons that sports teach, which will transfer over to help students in their studies. A balanced schedule is one of the things that they provide, making the need to prioritize imperative. They also teach time management, self-discipline, and responsibility. Many people believe that it would be easier to get their homework done if they had all afternoon and evening to do it. I have realized from personal experience that when I am not in a sport, I find it harder to get my homework done because I spend time on useless things and get distracted easily. I have plenty of time, is my normal thought, so I keep putting it off. Besides all these benefits, however, when I am not in a sport, or when I am in a sport, and practice goes till 7 p.m., or we don't get home from a game until 10:30 at night, the need to prioritize is an imperative, and it is easier for me to get my homework done that way. Besides all these benefits, there are many other things that help students do well. One of them is that sports increase students' fitness. which makes them healthier and in turn improves their grades. Peterson, 2010, states that a study done by Cottrell, PhD, showed that students who were in a sport showed that students who were fit throughout the 2-year period of the study tended to do better on standardized tests in reading, science, math, and social studies. It is important to note that being in sport is not the same as being in a PE class. Nichols, 2012, fitness instructor and health educator, states that 30 minutes of moderate activity 5 days a week did not help students increase their grades. However, vigorous activity for 20 minutes 3 days a week did improve students' grades. There would be little action needed for this solution to become a reality, because sports are already so common in our culture. However, these things will help students increase their grades. Students need to have the opportunity to go out for sports. Here are 3 ways that will help them increase those opportunities. First of all, schools need to encourage kids to go out for sports and have incentives for doing so. Secondly, most schools have a sports fee anywhere from $45 to $100. There should be scholarships available to help kids who are not able to pay for these fees. Lastly, parents need to be convinced that this is a viable solution. Every parent who has a child in sports has responsibilities. They must believe that their child's academic life will improve from their participating. The projected results would be an America with more high school graduates. With more students graduating from high school, there will be more people who are able to get good jobs, which will decrease their need to rely on welfare and other government programs. This will be seen when the current generation is out there surviving in the world. High school graduates tend to get better jobs and do better in school, and do better financially. Not only will sports help students graduate, but they will help them graduate with life lessons such as time management, self-discipline, and responsibility, which are needed to succeed in the world. As we can see, the benefits of participating in sports are far-reaching. Imagine living in a country where everyone graduated from high school and had a brighter future due to improved academics and sticking it out in high school until graduation. America can come closer to this goal by having more students participate in organized sports, which gives them the tools necessary to make it through school and life. During the time it took me to give this speech, 16 more students dropped out of high school. Let's stop this statistic and help students believe what the NBA All-Star LeBron James said in his commercial while walking through a classroom. Good dreams start here.